We're going to watch a video called Women Reveal the Wildest Things Men Have Said to Them During...
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. A little bit of a different setup here, but no worries. It's the same show, okay? Hot start. Today we're going to, what is this? Women reveal the wildest things men have said during sex. What's the craziest thing that you've said during sex? I accidentally said, "Can I ride you?"
Oh, nice.
A guy I was with made me orgasm.
That's so funny. I feel like I've definitely, like, accidentally said something that, like, a man couldn't do or whatever, like... Or I couldn't do because I didn't have the parts to do it, you know? But on accident, just because you're, like, so caught up in the moment. A guy I was with made me, for the first time we slept together. Afterward, he said, "See, you don't need a big to get the job done." I think that's true, though.
The first time we slept together. Afterwards, he said, "See, you don't need a big penis to get the job done." Bang, bang, boom, baby. I love that.
You just gotta work with what you got. It's about the motion of the ocean.
That the guy's like, "Look, I know that my penis is small, okay, but I know how to do it, all right?" And you know what? Good for this guy for knowing where he stands, okay? Because if you have a small penis, but you have a lot of enthusiasm, knowledge, you can get the job done. And I think that women would rather you get the job done than just have a big old useless cock. He was about to insert himself when he said, "Oh, just a sec, I need to feed my Tamagotchi." This sounds like something...
What is a Tamagotchi? Is that some anime stuff? Is that some anime thing? What the hell is a Tamagotchi? That sounds like a little dragon or some sort of chia pet. I don't know if I've ever had a Tamagotchi before. Oh, I don't know if I had one of these, but I think I might have, like, had a friend with one. I don't know. What a buzzkill. Gotta go feed my Tamagotchi.
Yeah, for sure. Hold on, I gotta feed my Tamagotchi. It's shitting all over itself. Remember when Tamagotchis would do that? It's like, "Oh, you haven't fed in 2 days and it's shit all over itself." I'm like, what is this? Yeah, it's a little crazy, man. But unfortunately, you know, Tamagotchis do have to be fed. So, you know, at least you know he'll make a good father. You know, he's about to have sex and he's like, even digitally, I have a baby that I have to attend to. Imagine a physical one, okay? He's going to be very attentive. This is husband material here, okay? If he's going to take care of his Tamagotchi, he's going to take care of your offspring. So... you'll be fine. Dated one of those guys who always trying to find cooler words to sound smart. Oh, I do a podcast with one of those. Like, instead of saying, "It's so gross out," he would say, "The weather is inclement." Oh my God. Inclement? What are you, a British butler?
Sometimes it's not necessary to always show off that you're the smartest person in the room, you know? I mean, it's cool, but it's not always necessary.
Stuff like that. Anyway, instead of saying "I was wet down there," he would say, "Oh, babe, it's so frothy down there. I hated it." That is...
Frothy is a weird way to describe that. Frothy? The fuck I look like? An iced macchiato latte with some froth on top? No.
So disgusting. Also, I'm thinking of froth. I think of, like, milk froth.
Right.
Like, it's like... white and bubbly. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's been whipped a lot. You know what I mean? It's such a weird way of saying that. I'd be like, "Hey, can you not? Let's go back to basics when we're talking about sexual stuff." I had a one-night stand while I was in France. I don't speak French, so the guy was doing his best to speak English. After we finished, he kept saying, "I last long for you because I retard." Yeah, you set me up.
When the translator doesn't translate good... that can be hard. That can be embarrassing too. That's kind of like a mood killer. You're like, I don't think that's the word you meant to use for that sentence. But A for effort, babe.
You set me up. You set me up to say that. Doesn't that mean like delayed? Because it's in airports. It says like I mean, I'm not going to double it up, but you know what I mean? Like it means, yeah. Yeah, yeah. I was reading a teleprompter, basically. I mean, it's a TV screen, and I didn't know that was going to be the end of that. I just want to say that. But that doesn't even make a whole bunch of sense. Also, I just got back from France. A lot of people speak English there. That's nice, though. You know, even with a language barrier, you were able to close the deal. And that's ultimately, I mean, you had your French love connection. You know what I mean? It's beautiful. Yeah. You guys are going to go to Montmartre and put a lock and sign your names. It's a beautiful love story. Cute. Maybe a cigarette. Maybe 10. Who knows? I got to go back. Mid-intercourse, a guy said, I wish you were skinnier so I...
A guy said, I wish you were skinnier so I could see my... hit your stomach. I feel like some things just should be known not to be said during doing the deed. Like, sir, can you think before you speak? What the frick? I'd be like, get off of me. I'm turned off.
I could see my penis hit your stomach. What you really wish is that you had a bigger dick, dude. That's a weird way of saying you wish you had a bigger dick. Right. I wish you were bone thin so that I could possibly see my tiny penis hit your stomach.
So I could see my tiny little, a little more.
By the way, does this guy know what's going on in there? Hit your stomach. You're not hitting anything, Pee-wee. All right? If you got a request, oh, if only you were like 80 pounds lighter, then maybe I could see something here. Listen, you don't need that, all right? I've got my whole 33 years of life without seeing my penis through a stomach or whatever the fuck. You know, it's totally fine. Don't worry about it. Had a guy say, your vagina is...
Wow.
Smaller than other vaginas if I had sex with. Jesus, what is wrong with people, dude? Oh, your vagina, it's so small. Like, what? Why are you saying that? Also, you're not having sex with other vaginas. They're women. They're attached to people. I've had sex with many vaginas.
That's so true. He's like a very objectifying the vajay. He's not putting respect on the vajay's name.
Yours is the smallest. Congratulations. This guy is maybe a serial killer. We don't know. But this is a very weird way to describe that. There's other ways of saying this. What happened to saying, like, I enjoyed having sex with you? What happened to that? Every time after sex, my ex would say, so do you take Visa? He thought it was so funny. He sucked in bed. Honestly, I think that is funny. Not every time, obviously, but like once a year or once a quarter. I'll give you 4.
Damn, so he said, do you take Visa? He just thinks he's pulling a funny because he's not very good at doing it in the...
For a year. Of being like, do you take MasterCard? That's kind of funny. I like that. Slept with a guy in a frat in college that said, fuck me like a meat donkey while slapping my ass.
No. I hate that. I don't even care if that's somebody's fetish and I really like them. It just would not be it for me. I think it would turn me off a little bit if I was dating them.
What?
But I guess if she thinks it's funny too and she's into it, like, fair, you know? Consent is important.
Wait, who is getting... The guy was asking you to fuck him like a meat donkey? Oh, is this like a gay... Oh, maybe it's an undercover, like a DL gay... frat college experience, and he's like, yo, do me like a meat donkey. Which, by the way, what is a meat donkey? Do we even know? Let's get a Google on meat donkey. Nope, that says donkey meat, which is a lean tender meat that's high in protein, which I figured. I've never eaten donkey, nor have I been fucked like a meat donkey, to be honest with you. But that's a... Greg just typed in meat donkey gay. Yeah, Greg, I think it's just this guy who's saying that. I don't think it's like an internet thing. But okay, there's some frat boys out there that want to be fucked like a meat donkey. Or maybe, yeah. No, that's what it was. Was with a guy who would always say, I really hope someone hurt us after we finished.
That's so funny. I really hope someone heard us. He likes letting all the neighbors know that he's getting it down, that he's laying that pipe. He wants to walk out all proud, like, yeah, I did that. It got to the point where it was weird and he was being loud on purpose. Okay, that's weird if he's like, I like when men like moan and stuff, but I do not like if they're like super fucking loud and also telling me to moan louder. Okay, sir. Like, make it so unauthentic. A month into the relationship, I learned that his ex lived next door.
It got to the point where it was weird and he was being loud on purpose and told me to moan louder while we were doing it. A month into the relationship, I learned that his ex lived next door. Oh my God, dude. This is like that scene in Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
I can't.
Where she's just like, ah! And he's just looking up at her like, what the fuck? I really hope someone hurt us. That's like something you say on like a broken down submarine or something. And like, you know what I mean? Like you're banging and you're like, oh, hope someone hears us. Like you're trying to get saved. You know what I mean? Not when you're having sex.
I don't know why this was funny to me, but after sex with the guy, once he said, I guess you only fuck so many people before you realize you hate yourself. And he left my apartment and never called me again. Damn, that's rough. That's a rough one.
I guess you can only fuck so many people before you realize you still hate yourself. Then he left my apartment and never called me again. God damn it. Damn, figuring out
I
you're
think I'd
the
be a
rock
little
bottom.
scarred.
You know, like, not the person before. He has sex with you, and then he's like, I'm never going to be happy. That's so fucked up, dude. Also, I guess you can only fuck so many people. How many was that, Chief? You know what I mean? That makes it sound like hundreds.
Yeah.
Before you realize you still hate yourself. Can you imagine? Just had sex, and guess what? That didn't do what I thought it was going to do because I still want to hurl myself off a balcony. It's a rough one. There was a time when a dude said...
Like, what? What does he expect as a response? There was a time when a dude said, you are my 10th, and that's double digits, then gave me a high five.
A dude said, you are my 10th. Double digits, then gave me a high five. Way to go, number 10. Come on down. That's double digits. Yes, it is. And there probably will not be an 11th. I will say that. I love how the way that sentence is written, that means you had to accept the high five. Like, you had to be like, oh, okay. Yes, I am number 10. After finishing, he said, the Dallas Cowboys are the greatest goddamn football team.
Okay. Is that what you think we're thinking about the whole time? I'd be a little offended. Like, are you good? Are you good? Or are you sure you enjoyed that? Or?
As if I needed a reason to hate this team more. This is the kind of fans they have. Oh my God, the Dallas Cowboys are the greatest team ever.
He's like about to bust, and he's just like, oh my God, the Dallas Cowboys. That's doing way too much.
They aren't, by the way. They can't seem to put it together, those Dallas Cowboys. How about them Cowboys? During sex, I once had an ex accuse me of cheating on him because I felt looser. Who's been in here?
That's wild. How ballsy. And kind of offensive, too. Like, excuse you? Saying I'm fucking loose. Disrespectful ass shithead. Did your mama not raise you with no manners?
Who's been in this hole? I can feel it. It feels different right now. What's going on? It feels looser. I know my dick didn't get smaller. It had to have been something. Someone bigger than me has been here. Yeah, dudes who are like, I'll just like mess your vagina up. It'll never be the same. It's like, it's going to be totally fine, dude. A child's head and shoulders are going to pass through this, and it's still going to be fine. So
Period.
This little
The vajays are wonderful. They're made of magic. They can expand to large sizes and snap back. Amen.
thing that you got going on, I'll let you believe it. But as soon as you leave, I want you to know that reality is going to set in. That dick's not doing anything. During foreplay, a guy put my boob in his mouth. Then he stopped and said, wow, your baby is going to be so lucky one day. Damn, I think I might have said this one time. Your baby.
No! That is so weird. What a weird comment.
Is going to be so lucky one day. The luckiest baby to be able to suck on these tits and get nourishment. What a weird thing to say. I don't think I've ever, well, if I would say think, I don't think I've ever said this, but I don't know. But I've definitely thought it 100%. Like, someone's going to be lucky with these one day. Good for you. We were lying down in bed and he ejaculated on his stomach. Then he took some of the splooge on his thumb and placed it on my forehead while saying, Simba. Jail. It's a child's movie. You can't bring it into the bedroom, especially when there's splooge afoot. You know what I mean? Hit her with the Rafiki and like, you know, you gave her the Ash Wednesday and you were like, okay. That's crazy.
I can't.
A guy asked if he could.
A guy asked me if he could cut me just a little so he could lick the blood. I left rather quickly. Isn't that like a ritual or like, I don't know. I feel like that's a spiritual tie of some sort, which could be weird if you don't believe or don't want to participate in believing in things like that. Could be weird.
Cut me just a little so he could lick the blood. Is this a bat? Can I cut you just a little bit? Can I cut your skin so there's blood involved? I left rather quickly is a good. They said they left rather quickly, which is probably the smart idea. Once you start getting blood involved, people sucking your blood, and that's diseases and shit. We can't do this. Can't do this. I'm sorry. The blood is too much for me. You're not cutting me up. All right? I think. I don't know. Had a guy say, your vagina is so warm, you could bake bread in there? Your vagina is so warm and your yeast is...
It's so warm. It's like a bread basket. And I'm the loaf.
Plentiful. You could bake sourdough in here. Like, why, bro? Also, so warm? Like, I know vaginas are warm, but like so warm? She might be fevered. Like, she might have a fever. She might have like just a little 100.2. Or something, if it's so warm. I don't know if I've ever been in a fevered vag, but I imagine they're hotter than...
I never knew that if you had a fever, your vag was hotter. I had no idea that was a thing. She's baking at 350 degrees in there. It's crazy.
Normal, for sure. Well, there you have it, folks. People are saying some wild stuff.
People are out here saying wild shit.
I don't think I've said anything that's, super close to any of the things in here. But I'd love to hear in the comments about crazy shit that you guys have I'd love to hear about things that you've went through. So leave some comments about the craziest things that you've experienced that men have said to you during or after or before. I'm very curious. And if they're good enough, maybe we'll do a whole episode on the comments section in this one. But
funny.
Leave a comment. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you next time.
If you like this video, please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.